Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, Jake of the One Man Band is back again. I just got out of the shower, I have to get ready for work, but I thought that I would make this video really quick for you guys. This is a video for all those artists out there that wanted to help me out with creating fan art renditions of Team Jester. And so I'm basically going to go to each character. I'm going to give you a rundown of kind of what I was thinking about for their design, and kind of give you some details on like colors and just body structure and stuff like that. And then I will leave the rest to you. Let it also be known that I'm not going to divulge any of their personality, their background, or anything along those lines. That's all going to be saved for the actual video. And for everyone else who wants to keep Team Jester a secret, you don't need to watch this video if you don't want to. This is mainly for the artists that want to help me out. Alrighty, first up is Josh Sanguine. Now, the idea that I kind of had for him, he's kind of along the lines of a Templar Knight. That's what he kind of looks like. He's very heavily armored in his upper body and his arms, while his lower body and legs are just more along the lines of light armor with just leather pants, some high boots. I do want him to have hand wraps that are also wraps, but also a bit like gauntlets, if that makes any sense to you. His main colors are gonna be maroon, silver, and purple. His hair color is a very dark red, more like maroonish, and it's long. It's been tied into a braid and it's running down his back. He has violet eyes, and he's roughly 6 feet tall, I would say. He's very built upper body because it goes into his weapon. And his weapon are, on each of his arms, he has a shield, which is shaped like the Star of David, if that makes any sense. He also has a bunch of belts on him that have pouches and vials, and that's all gonna make sense once I actually get to talking about him in the video that I'm gonna make later on. So really quick, I'm just gonna give you a real quick just snippet of like art pieces that I kinda want you guys to look at, and then we'll move on. Next up is Sergei Nagant. Now, his main colors are going to be cyan, white, and gray. He has very short, thin, black hair, and his eyes are both green and yellow. Now, I'm not going to divulge any sort of specifics on how they're green and yellow. I want you guys to go crazy with that idea. I want to see what you guys come up with. And also, he's a really tall guy. He's like 6'6", and he doesn't really have that much of a big build. He's just, he isn't big. He's just, And also, he's going to have reptilian-like horns coming out of his forehead. He is a faunus, by the way. Some key factors I want him to have in his whole costume is I want him to have a long scarf, I want him to have a satchel, and I want him to have a long cloak. Sergei's weapon is a rendition of the PTRS anti-tank rifle, or really any anti-tank rifle, if you really want to split hairs, that's made to form the shape of a shepherd's staff. Once again, there's going to be pictures coming up on ideas that I saw on the internet, just costume things from inspirations that I got from him, and basically I want you guys to go crazy with it. Next we have Tanya Panzerfaust. Now, her main colors are going to be tan, black, and shades of yellow. I'm thinking more along the lines of goldenrod. She has real shaggy shoulder length, dirty blonde hair. She's short. She's about 5'7", I would say. Now, she's the character who's kind of the whole tsundere, moe type character where she's short, but she just packs a punch. Also, she's going to have 2 long, tall fox ears coming out of her head. She is a faunus as well. I want her costume design to be a combination of light armor and mechanic garb. She's going to have belts where she can put tools. She's going to have like a handkerchief, maybe on her head or maybe around her neck. And once again, there's going to be pictures coming up that emphasize kind of the look I kind of want to have for her. And also, she does have a set suit of armor. And I want that suit of armor to be like the robots from the Black trailer, but with a helmet that will fit her face, that will fit her head with the fox ears included, and also have a fox-like helmet structure, if that makes any sense. It's gonna make sense in the future when I actually divulge her full story. So if you guys can work with that, I am glad. I mean, I'm probably terrible at explaining what I want, but I have faith that you guys will get what I'm saying and make something cool. Tanya's weapons are dual tonfas that, when put together, form a Panzerschreck, which is a World War II German rocket launcher. Next up, we have Rider Pennyworth. Now, she's kind of on the tall side. She's almost as tall as Josh, and she has long black hair with streaks of silver in it. And how can I put this? She has curves in all the right places, if you know what I mean. Her main colors are going to be olive, brown, and brick. Those colors kind of collide, but I think you guys can make it work. Her costume is gonna be mid to late 18th century garb, but it's going to be men's garb. She's not really all that much of a girly girl, frilly stuff like that. So she's going to have like sort of like a suit with a vest, maybe a trench coat, and maybe a dapper long brim cowboy hat type deal. Another inspiration that may be good for her design may be Ocelot from the Metal Gear Solid franchise, because I just like his whole get-up thing. It's really freaking cool. On the realm of her weapons, she has dual machetes and a revolver that, when put together, form an elephant gun, or a double-barrel rifle if you want to split hairs. One like this. There's gonna be pictures on your screen, but here's an actual real-life representation, if you kind of get the idea. Alrighty, that's about all the direction I can really give to you guys. I apologize if none of this really helps, because I'm terrible at describing things that are only in my brain, because it's just like, well, I know what it looks like. Why do I need to tell anyone? But I do hope that this at least gives you a basis to work on, and I'm really looking forward to what you guys can come up with. So you can draw them separately, draw them together, draw them with their weapons, draw them without their weapons. it really doesn't matter to me. Also, on the realms of their emblems, I don't have any ideas for their emblems, really. I have really rough, very just basic inklings on what I want their emblems to be. So, I have really no set emblems for any of the characters. If you guys can come up with anything cool, I would say go for it, but there's no guarantee that I myself am going to like it and use it. I kind of want the emblems to be something that I come up with. So, I guess you can try if you want, and if I like it, I may just use it. And now comes the time where I give you guys kind of a deadline to work towards. I want to get the Team Jester video out to you guys around March 20th. That's what I'm going for. And so I want kind of all fan art depictions and all that kind of stuff to be in by the 15th of March. Now what you can do, you can personal message me or leave down in the comments links to the pictures themselves. You can email me at my email address. It's going to be in the description and also probably up on screen if you want to do it that way. And all I can say really is best of luck, and if you have any more questions, just comment, personal message me, email me, do anything along those lines. Just be sure to say that, hey, I'm working on fan art, I have a question, stuff like that. That way I'll know what you're talking about. Once again, I apologize if this doesn't help you at all, but I'm just hoping that this turns out cool, and I really want you guys to meet Team Jester. I'll see you guys next time. Yeah.